We all have questions, and Pastor Carney has answers. We all want to know what he thinks. There's important information to know. What are his thoughts? How did he get here? What's his favorite golf ball? It's time for 3 Questions with Pastor Carney.
Somebody I know, near and dear to me, continues to have a huge pile of medical bills for 2 of their 3 children. And the first thing I would do, besides giving a lot to God, is I would wipe out that medical debt for this person, that people that are on my heart. Yeah, that's a given. And then, probably, you take the kids and pay off their mortgages on the house and their cars. And then, talk to this guy next to me here and say, hey, can you find me a house with a pool and a jacuzzi and 5 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms and everything else? And
on it.
Yeah, on it. So, yeah. But the first thing besides God is to take care of all those medical expenses. Yeah.
Bill?
Same as what he said in regards to, obviously, God. I would make sure that my family's taken care of and the church is taken care of. But something that I would definitely do is make sure that there is no child out there who cannot be adopted due to a family not having the funds.
Yeah.
I would make sure that I fund every adoption out there wanted. If I had an unlimited amount of money, there would be any family is a good family who wants to adopt, they'd be having the money to make sure that they can adopt that child. In a more worldly view, I would have a yacht for sure. Definitely put me on a big ocean or a lake or something like that, and give me a yacht, and then lots of vacations, and then, like you said, paying off debts and all that stuff. But I think just the freedom that would come with that, not necessarily pure joy or pure peace, but there's a lot of freedom and joy and peace that would come with just not having to worry about money. So.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Would you make a trip to South Bend and purchase season tickets to the Irish?
I might.
Would you really?
I might. I think I probably would just to have them. I don't think I'd go to every game, and the reason for that is unless the whole family can come with me.
Yeah.
But there's something really special about sitting around the TV with the family each week, watching the game from somebody's house and having that camaraderie. Yeah. So I'd want the family with me. But sure, I mean, that'd be awesome to be able to go to every home Notre Dame game. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Well, Billy.
Yes.
What would you do with money?
Well,
besides God and the church. Okay.
Yeah, obviously. I was thinking about this question actually while I was mowing grass. That's where I come up with these questions, is when I'm mowing my acres of grass.
The grass has to stop growing.
Motivation.
And I was thinking about that, and I think really what I would do, pay off mortgage, stuff like that, obviously, right? But what I would spend most of the money on and use it the way Solomon should have, I would do a lot more of this. What we're doing right here. Put out a lot more of counterculture God messages. Just flood everything with, and since you've got Solomon money, it doesn't matter what other people think. You can spend whatever they want, whatever is needed to get that message out there. Buy my own, network, channel, broadcast system, whatever, just to get more of this out there to the rest of the world. Because really the world is in need of hearing the message a lot more.
I had somebody on my devotion list. As you know, I have an email devotion list, and it's got so large that there's people I don't even know who are on there receiving the word from me. But I guess they somehow got onto the church website, Facebook, whatever, and they text me this week. And didn't recognize the number, but they text me and they said, I just wanted you to know that I really love Coffee with Carney.
Nice.
I had no idea who the people are, but they really love Coffee with Carney. So somehow through the Coffee with Carney, they got to the church website or the Facebook or something and made that journey and came across Coffee with Carney and they loved it. So
you're already making a difference.
Yeah. So kudos. I have a funny story about money and spending money. Every time Donna and I go to Fort Wayne, doctors or a Costco trip, either going or coming back, we pass this certain intersection. and we chuckle. And either Donna or I will say, yeah, Billy would get lost in there.
Oh, Sweetwater.
Sweetwater!
You know, Billy, I have
Why
one.
don't you go first?
I don't know that it's advice. I would say that it's unexpected life experiences that lead to wisdom.
Okay.
Can we go with that?
Yeah.
So I won't go into details, but people in my life that I have seen make very bad mistakes and choices that have then allowed me to say, okay, I'm not making that same choice. I'm not going down that same path. I would say that for me is probably unexpected, because growing up as a child, I would have not expected to have any of those examples that have essentially helped me become the man I am, which is not perfect, but become somebody that I know I don't want to be, or make sure that I'm not that person that I don't want to be. So
Yeah, I got to go back to Pennsylvania, and you've heard me talk about this guy so often, and I refer to him as my leadership guru, Ray Smith, and he really taught me how to be a leader, and how to be a servant leader. And even though he denies it, he's such a humble guy. He denies it that he had any impact on me. He does. And Ray, if you're out there watching again, you know I love you, and you've changed my ministry immensely. But one thing he said to me as I was taking a call to Hawaii and going from Pennsylvania to Hawaii, one of the last things he said to me, he gave me a hug, and he said this. He said, Bill, allow the people to love you just the way you are. And they kind of went, oh yeah, kind of cool. One of those faces. And then I thought about it, and I went, wow, that's impactful. And ever since then, in Hawaii, in Arizona, and here, I didn't put on any airs. I didn't change who I was. This is what you see is what you get. And I allowed the people to love me just as I am. And it was from the guy, Ray Smith. And so I would say unexpected, but and also life-changing. Yeah, good question.
you got something, Billy?
Yeah, the most unexpected piece of advice I ever received. It was unexpected because of what the advice was about and where I received it. I was on a training field with my oldest dog, Shelby, and Hallie was pregnant at the time. And one of the guys that I was working with, who was a professional shower, brought me aside and he said, hey, you seem to be really coming along really well. You're getting the concepts really good, and what you've moved this dog from being what could have been a terror to, a really good show dog. He said, take to heart the lessons that you're learning, because they will serve you well in child raising. And that was unexpected right there at that moment, to have him connect that in that setting. But if any of you have ever seen me work with my dogs, it's not your normal choke chain, drag them around, yell at them, kind of thing. It's very much positive motivational operant conditioning. And as Hallie and I were raising our kids, we kept that thought in our head, and it is amazing the skills that we learned raising the dogs before we had kids, and how that helped us with that. And then vice versa too. I mean, as we, learned from our children, that also helped with the dogs. So.
That is unexpected. Yeah.
I could have went with what Gabe told me 2 weeks in confirmation class, when it's starting to get colder. Don't be a wimp. Put on a hoodie.
That is good advice.
Yeah, don't be a wimp. Put on a hoodie, Pastor. But that's number 2.
Nice.
Oh, for me, it's going to the doctor.
Oh, really?
Hate the doctor.
Okay.
Hate blood work. Hate shots. Anything with the doctor, I avoid at all costs. Yep.
Wow.
I can't think of anything that I avoid. Well, the things that harm me, like alcohol, and nuts, because I can't eat that kind of stuff.
Sure.
I would, lack of a better answer, to be quick about this, I would have to say alcohol. And the reason is that, not to go too into my story, but as you guys know, about 20 years ago, I had life-changing surgery. And there are certain foods I can't eat, like I can't chew gum, I can't have nuts and that kind of stuff. But also I can't drink alcohol. and because I basically had no stomach. And so I can't have alcohol. And I took that a step further, and I do not have any foods that are cooked in alcohol, because you may not know this. When they say, oh, the alcohol is cooked out, it's not. And when there's alcohol-free wine or alcohol-free beer, there's still alcohol in it. So I don't even have food cooked in alcohol. So I avoid that at all costs. Example, I used to love chicken masala, but it's cooked in wine sauce. I used to love tiramisu, but the ladyfingers are soaked in Kahlua. So I would say, when I stay away from the biggest, and you go, well, Donna says overboard, so we use that word. I go overboard on is alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, other than church wine, I've never tasted any alcohol.
Really?
I've never drank other than church wine. It's the only alcohol I've ever consumed.
Have you like chicken masala or tiramisu?
I've had tiramisu.
That's had alcohol in it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, along with Pastor, one of my worst work experiences was at a lunch with me and some of my coworkers. We figured out, hey, we've got some extra time here at this restaurant that we were at. Let's order a bananas Foster, and they actually blew it out before it was done burning. And when we got back to work, we all realized.
That had a little something to it.
Bit of alcohol in it, and our boss is kind of looking at us going, you guys aren't acting normal. We're all like, maybe we shouldn't be here. But
I guess the other thing I avoid at all costs is burning palms in my office.
You should now.
There's a story. There's a story behind that, Phil.
Yep.
I no longer burn palms in my office for Ash Wednesday.
Makes sense.
But it did get you a fire extinguisher.
The end result is I got a new fire extinguisher. Let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good questions today.
Very good.
Good questions. One of these days, we should change spots and put Billy up here.
Sure.
We sit at the soundboard, would probably be a
yeah,
mess.
sitting
We
at the
would. It'd be a
soundboard.
disaster.
But ask him the 3 questions.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. One of these days.
Yep.
One of these days.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. Have
Talk
a
to you
great
next
day.
week.
God bless.
Yeah, if you've got questions that you'd like to have answered by Pastor, please make sure that you email us, send us a text, put it in the comment below, and we'll make sure to get your question answered. Thanks again for joining us. If you have any questions about Redeemer, have a topic or interview suggestion, or need to know anything about the church, you can contact the church office at churchoffice@redeemerwarsaw.org, Pastor Carney at pastor_Carney@redeemerwarsaw.org, Phil at phil.prevail@gmail.com, or Billy at rlc_it@redeemerwarsaw.org. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and please join us again next week. And until then, may the Lord be with your spirit, and grace be with you.
Watch it. Good, Billy.
Nice.
I feel like Karnak now.
Yes.
Karnak.
Yeah.
This may be going at the end of the video.
Marker.